Hi, this is What's Up Chan. Today in this video, I would like to talk about what plagiarism is, and I also would like to share some tips to avoid plagiarism. So please enjoy. Let's look at the definition first. What is plagiarism? It is using others' style and words composition in writing as if they are my own. It is regarded as stealing or cheating. So, then what are the penalties for plagiarism? Knowing the penalties for plagiarism may help us to understand the weight in plagiarism. Well, in the mild penalty, you may fail in your assignment. Then you may have other workshop to learn about plagiarism, and well, you may do your assignment again. But if it gets worse, you may fail in the course, so you might have to restart your course from the beginning. But it can be worse. That case can be worse even, which is failure in your subject plus suspension from your school, which is the worst case. Such possible penalties reminds me that plagiarism is regarded as a serious problem in education. There are some students who still struggle in avoiding plagiarism even if they already knew about it. So there are two examples of cases, what I call gray area, that most students think, oh, this is not plagiarism. So I prepared two cases. Number one, if a student took the same general structure of an article in his writing, but paraphrased the words, is it plagiarism? And the answer is yes, it is still a plagiarism, because even if using exact words is avoided, using the same structure is also included as act of using others' idea. What about case number two? If two students who have the same essay topic cooperates each other and divide their works so that each of them can use others' written document, is it plagiarism? Yes, it is also plagiarism. Even if the copied work is an unofficial script by your friend, it is still regarded as plagiarism because the student used others' work as if it is his own. Investing these two cases, I was able to make my own conclusion about avoiding plagiarism. To avoid from gray area of plagiarism, just keep this phrase in your heart. Don't use the style or words of others, and there is no excuse. So, we have talked about what plagiarism is, what penalties exist, and what specific events may also be included as plagiarism. So in this time, I will also share some tips how to avoid plagiarism. To avoid plagiarism, first, you should avoid direct copy and paste. You should paraphrase the information in your own words. And number two, you should also acknowledge original source and put citation at the end of the paragraph. In the citation, you should include the author, the title of the article, and the date that this article is published. And number three, even though the direct copy and paste is discouraged, there are some situations that some direct quotes from the article may be needed, like when the direct quotes may persuade my own opinion. So if such case happens, you should put quotation mark between the phrases you are going to copy and paste. In that way, you will not be caught for plagiarism. So, speaking of paraphrasing, how can we make a good paraphrasing that would not be caught as plagiarism? There are 7 steps for successful paraphrasing. This topic is introduced from a YouTube video named The Art of Paraphrasing, Avoiding Plagiarism, published in 2017 by YouTube channel named University of Maryland Baltimore Writing Center. And see, this is the one example of citation. Yeah, so I just copy and pasted these 7 rules because I think direct quote from this acknowledgeable source may help listeners to accept or acknowledge this as good reference. So I will read the 7 steps. Number 1, read the original source a few times. If you find an interesting article that may help your research paper, you should read the article several times, and you should put it away so that you may be able to avoid direct copy. Number 3, take some notes on the main ideas from memory. Out of the source of watching, you try to get the source that you need from your memory. In that way, you may be able to filter the words that you want to say as your own unique style. And number 4, begin paraphrasing, or begin writing down with the new information you've got from an article. You should try to rearrange ideas in a different order. And number 5, if you're done with paraphrasing, you should check your paraphrased version with original version so that you may be able to double check if there's something identical phrases or not, whether it is intentional or not. If there are some phrases that are really identical to phrases from the original, either you should rephrase it again or put quotation marks around them so that you acknowledge that your phrases is directly copied from one acknowledging source. And number 7, cite your source according to the citation style. Yes, even if you paraphrase the idea in your own words, you should not forget citation of the article that inspired you in writing your own paragraph. So I hope this information may help in writing research paper. And if you listeners are preparing to write a good research paper, or if you're wanting to avoid some possible plagiarism, be careful and some follow instruction introduced in my content. And for the last, this is the 2 YouTube video links that I will put in the box, which is used as my reference. Yeah, so this is my reference. So thank you for watching this video. Bye.